So, hello and welcome to the speedcubing.org podcast. I'm Harry, also known as Alpha Cubers on pretty much all my social media. I would say follow my Twitch, but you're watching it right now, so you've probably either already followed or don't care. Yeah.
Oh, Zach's online.
Oh, ping him. Also, introduce yourselves.
I am James, also known as Lunar Cuber, and on pretty much every social media. Yes.
I'm Daniel, the owner of speedcubing.org. And Trey Cubing on YouTube. Don't follow my private Instagram.
And
I'll probably reject you.
You can do exclamation mark DE and exclamation mark JT in the chat, and it should bring up their YouTube channels.
I want to try that.
If it works.
Oh, yes, it did. That's quite epic.
Yeah. Cool. So, we normally start off with follow-up. I don't know what we said last time because it was 2 weeks ago and I haven't listened to it since. So, does anyone remember what we were talking about last time?
No. We have even less hosts than ever before this time, though.
Yeah. Well, no, there was that one time where it was just me and you because Daniel died. Everyone died. So let's open. I'll open the show notes.
They want you to talk about the Mr. M. Pyraminx.
Mr. M. Pyraminx? I don't think I have a Mr. M. Pyraminx. Oh, wait, the Mr. M. Pyraminx.
Not even a thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a.
Yeah, that was last year.
Isn't it like Timon's main?
Yeah, some people really liked it, but only after a bit of modding, I think.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to do any modding for Pyraminx.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really liked it. It was a good budget Pyraminx. Hi, Nano Solver.
Ultimately, I expect the X-Man Bell V2 just to blow all other Pyraminxes away, really. Hopefully.
So I thought, I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I thought we could talk about Twitch, because Twitch has really blown up recently over quarantine. So, I've been streaming for the last couple of months, and I am right now. And of course, we're seeing a lot of big YouTubers going to Twitch. Cubehead's just made a Twitch. Derpuber, DG Cubes, the Rubik's Cubed, the Cubicle are streaming on Twitch. Keaton Ellis, big Twitch streamer at the moment. What do you guys think of Twitch as a platform for cubing?
I think it's cool. I don't like it as much as something like YouTube. It's just a bit. It's less straightforward, I suppose.
Yeah, especially from a creator point, it's kind of complicated being live, and you have all these things to coordinate. Trying to do this live, I had about 15-20 minutes of doing absolutely nothing because we were just I was just kind of talking to try and fill the dead space. I think it's interesting how I think cubing at home has really changed things, because I think
They're streaming on YouTube now, though.
I think they were from the start, but cubing at home had 3K viewers on Twitch, the first one.
Oh.
So
24 viewers for Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, there's how many at the moment? 20, did you say?
24.
24. So yeah, but I think cubing at home has really shown how Twitch can be big for how cubing can be like better for Twitch, because before, like when I started, often there would be like 2 streamers or like less than like 10 viewers on the category, whereas now if I'm looking at the Twitch category, there's generally like consistently like 20 people watching it.
Still not very many.
It's not very many, but considering that's like at all times, and when there's big streamers cubing, there's often in the evenings in the UK and Europe, and that's like mid-afternoon in the US, when the big guys like Keaton and Stanley start streaming. Seems to get to over 200 viewers sometimes, which is quite a lot for live views. I think it's also, cubing does well also because it's basically like the just chatting like section, but also with like a visual element with people cubing. Nano Silver asks tips to make cubing videos. I think James, you have the highest quality videos out of the 3 of us.
Do I?
I think so. You've got...
I suppose it's just what I do. I use my phone to record like pretty much everyone else does, but then I just like you need to be different. I'm not very different, but it's just like there's already so many people that do tutorials and reviews and stuff, so you gotta like stand out.
Yeah.
Because no one really wants to see any more of that. There's already so many of them.
Yeah.
At least that's my opinion on it. So there's not many Roscoe tutorials on YouTube, so I'm gonna make one of them.
Well,
J-Perm's one was very confusing.
J-Perm's got one, but
he didn't go over all the cases though. Like,
oh, yeah, that is a bit weird. I don't think Orozco's any good.
You can do this A-perm, but if it comes second in a letter pair, you actually have to reverse that A-perm, and it's just.
Oh right, yeah, if he's like not explaining things, like that's kind of confusing. You can there's like a bit of a niche there.
Well, yeah, I had to look up, I had to read a written guide to figure it out.
The most important thing with cubing videos is your thumbnail. So often, the desk I've got here is like white, so it's quite a good neutral background. So what I'll do is I'll have a cube and I'll like scramble it up, and like say I was doing a video on Rue LSE. What I'd do is I'd get a cube, I'd do a bunch of M moves, and I'd set up a position, and then I'd get like another one and like set up like this mirrored position or like another position, and kind of position them like diagonal to each other. And then I would take a picture with my GoPro, because I use a GoPro because I have one for cycling videos. Jesus, what was that?
What I just I watched the video in the video player on Windows, and then I just take a screenshot of a random point, and then add some text and whatever.
Yeah, it depends. For some videos, I'll take a screenshot. Like, for my Kintrank series, I'll take a screenshot, because that's more about, like, the commentary and stuff. But for, when I had a specific video, like the one with methods, I set up, like, 4 cubes, one with, like, Rue, one with Petrus, one with, CFOP, and one with ZZ, or I think, or like corners first, and then I put a clickbaity question saying, "Ooh, what's the best method? CFOP, Rue, Petrus, corners first." And I think that was a pretty good thumbnail. Like, sadly, the video was crap.
No, I liked that video.
It was way too long. If you're gonna make a long video, it has to be like super engaging. If you've got a lot of dead space, don't just do like dead space. Hi,
try to edit it out as much as you can.
yeah. Hi, Aditya Narayan 8220. I probably butchered your name. I am not good at name pronunciations. So
Yeah, I think with our speedcubing.org reviews, I think I'm going to start shortening them a bit.
yeah, I think maybe because with reviews, often people want just a short, concise thing. Hydrate. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate.
I'm also going to put the end screen sort of thing at the end of the review and then have like an extra 2-minute section of just solves.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure whether people like the commentary I've started doing, because I mean, since I started doing it, less people have been watching.
Well.
So
I
did
don't.
have one idea that maybe I could just critique my own solves in that commentary bit. Might make it a bit more engaging, but I haven't got around to doing that yet.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
They didn't come for critiques though. They came to hear what the cube's like.
Yeah, I think a possible thing is for certain cubes we could do the thing where we like have the if multiple of us have it, we can all film some solves and do a voiceover, a bit like the.
Ultimately, the problem is it just takes too long to get that done, because ultimately I've got to get it sort of quickly out.
Yeah.
Before everyone has it.
Well, I can edit it if you want to go ahead with it.
Yes.
Do that relatively quickly.
Maybe that would probably be helpful.
I mean, we could do that with the Yoohoo V2M or the MGC 4x4, couldn't we? Even though I've already got a review out of all of them.
I can't really afford
Pardon?
that many new cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a problem. I mean, hopefully one day we'll be able to send cubes out to people, but that's not happening anytime soon, the way things are going at the moment.
So, Aditya Narayan asks, "How's it going?" So, personally, my day's been pretty good. I've been streaming, and I'm going to be streaming for another 3.5 hours. Wait, no, 4.5 hours. How is your days going?
I literally, like, just before I came onto the podcast, I was out mountain biking, so...
Oh, nice. I love mountain biking. It's great.
It's pretty fun.
Prime Cubing says, "Can you sponsor me?" We have to you can drop an application. But
yeah, at some point soon we're going to make a requirements list and a requirements video, but
yeah,
for now, basically anyone's free to apply
do
on our
an
website.
application, but if
We
you're not
ignore
like
most
highly
applications,
ranked
though.
or you don't have a big social media presence, you're probably not going to be accepted.
Yeah, we ignore most applications, basically.
Yeah, a lot of them are not too good. So Daniel, I'm gonna let you do what you want. What do you think of the Mr. M 6x6 and 7x7?
Okay, yeah, thank you, Harry. Absolutely terrible.
That should be good.
Yesterday, I thought, okay, I'll give these cubes a go. And I mean, I'd already had some idea that they're rubbish, really, but I didn't quite realise how bad until I did a solve on each of them, and it was basically double what I average on 6x6 and 7x7. So, I just thought, okay, I'll test the reverse corner cutting, and it's basically not even measurable. It's like 1 degree. And I was thinking, well, why on earth would they release something so terrible? It's basically, well, I mean, it's the worst 6x6 and 7x7 I've ever tried. and it's magnetic and released in 2020. I just don't understand why they'd release something so stupid.
Is it
But
like super unstable or like?
it's not like super unstable. It's just really slow and basically has no corner cutting.
Prime Cubing says it's Sheng Shao. It has to be bad.
Yeah, but Sheng Shao has released some good cubes.
Yeah, the Mr. M Pyraminx is meant to be good, right?
Yeah, Mr. M Pyraminx.
Here is my Mr. M 3x3, and although it's like really tight and the corner cutting is bad, like it doesn't feel too bad.
Yeah,
very
the
strong.
Fang Yuan, the Fang Yuan was good for its time, I think.
Wait, can you guys hear
3 years
Daniel
ago.
and James? I'm very confused.
What?
I'm just checking the chat because, like, I'm getting some confusing messages. Can you guys hear everything? Is there any? I just want to check there aren't. Hey,
On
they're
the
saying
stream.
they're saying they can hear. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so that's fine. So there's Daniel, who is the main owner of speedcubing.org, our cube store, and there's James, who's a sponsoree from Ireland. He's good at FMC and big cubes. And they both have YouTube channels, and you can get them by doing !DE and !JT. And I'm me.
You are.
Oh,
Yes.
also my FDO arrived.
Ooh.
There's been a lot of talk about making FDO an official event. I haven't yet managed to solve it. It's DE, by the way.
Intuitively.
I am trying to do it intuitively. Currently, I have solved all except the centres, and the only way I've managed to work out to cycle centres is by doing what is essentially the sexy move about 1 billion times. The problem with this is, firstly, it's inefficient, and secondly, it's a 5 cycle, which is quite awkward. I might be doing cubing at home later. Will you guys do cubing at home?
I think it's kind of pointless, so no.
No, I don't think I'll bother. I'll be running off to Box Hill after this.
Oh right, I might do some of it later. It depends what people have voted in the Discord, because I've got a poll for what I do on the last hour of my stream. I
right.
think.
No, I have a suggestion. You do your Friday FNC attempt.
Well, if people vote for that, I'll do that.
Where is that? Did I know?
It's in my Discord.
Oh, you're.
How do you stream an FMC attempt?
Well, what you do is you record your screen, and you have. Well, what I do is I have my notepad open, and I do it on notepad. Then I have my webcam where the cube is in the bottom right.
Yeah. Yeah, I could probably do it. It might be a bit awkward in terms of sorting out the. Forgot what I was gonna say. Words. I can't use them.
That's a shame.
I would, if people vote for the FMC, I'll do FMC. Currently, cubing at home has got the most votes.
Is it on today?
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
I believe it's for when.
Oh, yeah, it's scheduled for 5 o'clock. The stream.
Is that when it starts?
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think I worked out that I'd be doing OH. That if I did it in the last hour, it would be OH, which I kind of want to do. But
It's a bit
also,
weird that they're doing it on a Sunday. Oh wait, No, they're probably not starting it today. Never mind.
Well, I think this is the first day. I think they're doing it on Sundays. I mean, I guess Saturday would maybe make more sense, but...
Well, yeah, because Sunday and Monday.
They're only doing it one day.
It's only one day.
One day.
Oh.
Yeah, but then they're doing it over multiple weeks with, like, season or something.
Oh, right.
It's interesting how they're doing it, and it's also interesting that they have unofficial events. They have mirror blocks today, and I know they've got FDO in a future one, so I'll definitely try and take part in FDO if I've worked out how to solve it by then, which I haven't yet done, as you can see. I did make some progress because I worked out which pieces it cycles. Now I've just got to work out how to set up to those cycles. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What other new cubes have come out recently? There's the GAN Pyraminx.
The GAN Pyraminx isn't out yet.
It's not out, but it's been announced.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think that's August, isn't it? That's going to be released.
I don't know when it's going to be released. I just heard it was out.
What else is there? Well, obviously we've got the RS3M 2020, which is a really nice budget cube.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are switching to that, I think.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, the WRM V2 has been somewhat teased recently.
Yeah.
So I do expect that to come out. To be honest, I do think that MoU should invest their time into making an Aoshi WRM and an Alfu WRM instead.
Yeah,
but
I'd love an Aoshi WRM. That'd be sick.
Well,
I mean, ultimately,
I don't think they'd
it's
be
up to them.
that good though. Would they?
The MGC is actually really good.
I think they might struggle to beat the MGC for 6x6 at least.
Well, I'm not sure if it's just my MGC, but there's like a problem if you hold the innermost layer too tightly and try to turn, like kind of grinds.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it is possible to make a better 6x6 than the MGC, without a doubt.
Yeah, but I just think I don't know whether MoU can do it at the moment and whether. The thing is, they probably make way more money from releasing the WRM V2 or 2020 or whatever.
That's the problem, yeah.
6x6.
Yeah,
And
6x6.
Shengshou probably made a reasonable amount of money from releasing the Mr. M big cubes, which is absolute trash, but they made some money out of it because people like me want to try every cube.
Yeah, well.
And ultimately, we've got one of each in stock now. And I haven't listed them on the website because I don't know whether it's morally acceptable to sell them, really. What do you think we should do?
Well, collectors.
Yeah, but... I mean, would people actually buy them at all, is the question.
Almost certainly not, but...
You may as well list them anyway.
At least it's like more options.
Or we could just put them in like some puzzle trading site, like just buy, sell, trade, and get rid of them.
Yeah, potentially could be worth it.
Because ultimately, I don't want to list them and have some noob get them because, I mean, obviously they're the same price as like Yushi V2M, and Yushi V2M is so much better.
Yeah, they are not. Yeah, there's definitely way better options. The other, so GAN Pyraminx been announced. Will you get it? Will we sell them? Probably.
I will get it. I get all new WCA releases at the moment.
Yeah, we'll probably sell, get a couple to sell.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be very good.
I mean, it'll be an interesting challenger to the X-Man Bell V2, but ultimately, I suspect they'll try and do some weird GAN stuff to it. I mean, I'm now trying to review play around with the Air M, and it's nice. It's a nice cube, but it's nothing new. It is literally an XS without interchangeable magnets.
Yeah,
It feels very slightly different, but I don't think that's consistent.
Why do they keep making, like, it annoys
I
me
can
that...
answer that in one word: money.
They
why
are
are people
literally
still buying
releasing
them?
the exact same cube with slightly different customization
Why do
features.
people keep buying them? Like, it annoys me. And everyone talks about how great the customization of GAN is, but like, my WRM has a spring compression system and it's fine.
I think this is about the last time they're going to get away with it, personally. I don't think
Catch on to it now.
people are catching on to it now.
Because
And-
Cubics has made like 1 billion videos complaining about it.
Not just that. I mean, if
I
you
know.
look on the speed solving forums, people have slowly been building up that realization that they are releasing the exact same cube over
Yeah.
and over again.
They won't stop somebody from...
I mean, eventually they are. I do think that within the next year or two, they are going to release a new design, an actual new cube, new 3x3.
Yeah,
I can't see GAN releasing a good 5x5. So
there's also
I'd love a 5x5 that has that really nice GAN feeling though.
Yeah, but they haven't even got a good 4x4 yet. You'd think they'd do that first.
Yeah.
And then there's the Sheng Shao clock. This could be a game changer if it's any good. Because one of the biggest problem with clock is there's no good mass-produced hardware.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it'll be interesting to see whether they magnetize it or not. Because it would be quite good to have a factory-produced magnetic clock.
But magnets aren't necessarily needed. Like, the Rubik's clock doesn't need magnets. I believe Sam Shaw, one of the best clock solvers in the UK, I think he's ranked 3rd, uses a non-magnetic Rubik's clock. So, they could just make an okay clock that isn't magnetic.
I guess, yeah.
It might be awful though. If it's just like another Ling-Al, that's going to be really disappointing.
Yeah.
But I think if it's like an actual good clock that could like change everything with clock, I think people would get into the event way more, and it would reach the popularity of like Pyraminx and Skew, because like it's a really easy event to solve, but hardware is just awful.
I mean, how bad is the Ling-Al when magnetized, Harry? I mean, I don't really... I'm not good enough at clock to really know.
Well, my PyCube one, this is like a good clock. So if it's magnetized and set up, it's like much nicer, and I feel hardware isn't majorly holding me back in a lot of situations. So I'm solving right now, and I don't feel the hardware is causing me major problems. It's more just my lack of ability. It could be better, but like it's not
how much do you think you would improve a clock if there was a better clock released?
It depends how much better it was. I think I could probably drop a second with a better clock. But compare with a stock Ling-Al, I average like 10 seconds worse than with the PyCube one. So it really does make a huge difference. WCA forums are a thing now, and they have been for a while. But there's a lot of discussion about like adding new events and the process for adding events and removing events. What do you think should be like the process of adding and removing events from the WCA?
I think like to keep it fresh, once every like year or two, they should like collect the most popular, like reasonable non-WCA events, then make a poll and then add it in, because like then it wouldn't be who can get the fastest with a method, it would be who can make the best method.
Yeah, but there
It'd be
will
like,
any popular event will already have methods.
yeah, good point. But
Like FDO has one like main method. I think it's called Benchisco. And then like Kilominx is just Megaminx. But I saw a guy who was really good at Megaminx try and argue that having another event where just all the top Megaminx solvers would be good, because it was good because like the same happens with big cubes.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're good at Megaminx, you should be good at 3x3 as well.
Well, not necessarily. They're quite different.
Mm.
Like, there's a lot more like freedom and like block building with Megaminx, especially in S2L, and the look ahead's like way harder.
Yeah. Although, if you're good at Megaminx, your F2L look ahead should be really good, I would have thought.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. If you use CFOP.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I assume people like Sean Moran use like CFOP sort of thing for Megaminx.
Yeah, they use normal like Megaminx methods. But obviously he does use Roo for 3x3. But he's decent at CFOP because he uses it for like he uses Yao on big cubes and stuff. So I might switch to Yao for 5x5.
to use reduction.
I currently use reduction,
Oh.
but I might
I mean, if you want
switch.
to do that, go ahead. I will not follow you.
I average like 1 minute 15 with Yao and 5x5.
I average like 2 minutes with both methods. The thing
I
with
average like 45 or 4x4 with pure reduction.
my centers. Yeah, why do you use reduction for 4x4? It's objectively worse.
Yeah.
Well, I answered that question in one of my recent review videos.
Well, answer it again.
Okay, I just can't be bothered. I don't really enjoy doing it, and the only 4x4 practice I get really is views, so I just don't really see the point. I mean, I know, I can tell Yao was probably slightly better, but
I think
not
it's like
massively
considerably better.
better. I don't think it can be that much better. Like, it's probably better, but I don't think it's significantly better. I think it is definitely possible to be sub 25 with reduction.
I don't really like reduction because there's so many pauses during edge pairing. It's really hard to look at the top and the bottom at the same time.
Yeah, that's a point. My problem is my inefficiency in centers. Like with centers, when I'm solving the centers with the like 3 edges done, I do so many like. I feel like I'm having to do so many more moves.
If you, yeah,
And like,
you just have to do a bunch of like low solves where you really think about like, what could I do here? If you do you can really use use the left slice and the middle slice at the same time. Like, I'll give you an example. Wait,
I think prime cubing might be mocking you, Daniel.
Why?
Because you said reduction is good for 4x4.
I mean, I don't really care. I should point out, I did come second in the national championships for 7x7.
Yeah,
So,
and like, which logically, you'd think somebody who was good at 7x7 would be okay at 4x4. Where did you come at UK champs for 4x4?
I don't know. I mean, not that.
Did you make finals?
No, I don't think I made finals.
Did you
but
make?
Ultimately, I did better than I did at 3x3. I'm better at 4x4 than 3x3, so.
do you think Yawa reduction's better on 6x6 than 7x7?
I think reduction.
What about
I think
Hoya?
reduction's much better on
I've been
big
using
cubes.
Hoya for 7x7 for a while. I'm not sure what it is.
Hoya seems a bit weird to me, to be honest.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I suppose.
I don't know. It's like really awkward. Like, I think reduction, it gives you so much freedom with like the centers on Yao. I don't know how you could do 6x6 or 7x7 with Yao.
Well, you can't use the tricks that you can use on 5x5 for avoiding the weird moves.
Yeah, it's just bad. Hoya for I mean, some really good solvers do use Hoya for 7x7. But
Yeah, I'm not sure whether to switch or not because
what you just use what you're quickest with would be my advice.
I'm quickest with Yao, but I'm pretty sure that Yao's objectively worse.
Kieran disagrees. Clearly. And like, didn't he get like second at Worlds?
Third, wasn't it?
6x6.
Oh, 6x6 he got second. I mean,
I don't really like 7x7 that much.
gotta hydrate.
Yeah, I did a few 6x6 solves today, and I think I have slowed down a bit, but I think I could very quickly get back up to like 150 average, within an average of 20 probably. So,
Do you think you could get what's current UKNR for 6x6?
146.
Do you think you could beat that? Like,
I mean, it's not impossible, but I'd have to commit to practicing it a lot between now and UKC or Bristol Open, I guess.
I don't think UKC is gonna happen personally.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we could go to Denmark.
What?
Lonely Denmark. If there's an air bridge between the UK and Denmark, and
Is Denmark like okay with the pandemic sort of stuff?
yeah, so Lonely Denmark is due to take place in 2 weeks' time, when London Open was.
Oh right.
It currently looks likely that it will go ahead, and they've got over 30 competitors registered, and there's a competitor limit of 50.
Oh right. I think my next comp will either be Bristol Open or cubing in Kilkiag. Is that right? I can't. Kianik.
Yeah, I mean, I think my next competition will be Bristol Open, to be fair, but it is nice to see that competitions are finally happening again
Yeah.
after this stupid lockdown.
I wonder if we'll see Martin Egdahl get some crazy result that nobody's expecting.
Oh yeah, that could happen.
Because, like, he's pretty good at, like, all events. He could probably just turn up and, like, get a world record in some event he's been practicing loads.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
I think that'd
I
be
don't
really
know.
funny if he suddenly got like pyramid
Because
trauma or like.
he is registered for that competition.
Yeah, well, I figured he would be because.
Yeah. So it will be interesting to see, I guess.
I saw a lot of people saying that Denmark might host Worlds.
Yeah, I mean it's possible, isn't it? Just a shame Euros didn't happen.
Yeah, that would have been fun. North American Champs was meant to take place this weekend.
Yeah, and all those silly posts in Kubik's friends.
It started off, well, like I think it would have been funny if I hadn't like looked in it after. The first post I saw was, "Can we stop with all the North American Champs post? They're not funny." And then I scrolled down and saw all the posts. I'm like, oh yeah, I won Pyramids. But then I plus 2'd everything, so I didn't. DG said he plus 2'd for all 4 counting or all 4 good solves, or something. That was weird.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll happen for Euros.
Probably. I hope it does, just so that all the Americans get annoyed and then we're like, this is how we felt when you were just going on about NA champs.
Yeah, I guess. Although NA champs was due to be in Canada, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, Canada is in America.
Canada is not in America.
It literally is. It's called North American Champs. Because it's North America.
But referring to the United States of America, which most Americans consider America, Canada is not in America, and it's also bigger than America. It's a massive, vast country. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what confuses me when people say that, like, Britain is leaving Europe. We're not leaving Europe, we're leaving the EU.
Yeah.
They're not... like Switzerland or somewhere's not in the EU. Does that mean it's not in Europe?
Yeah. I mean, we are not leaving Europe.
Africa.
We're still going to be 22, 36 kilometres or whatever from France.
From mainland. Guys, I've got some very important news. The UK is moving to Africa. I will promptly decide to get African Scube record.
Yeah, I think if the UK was moving to Africa, you would have to get UK national record in Scoop, because I assume that's faster than African.
That's a good point. So I wouldn't even have to. So it wouldn't make any difference.
Yep.
Maybe I should just become Irish.
Well, I mean, you could.
If I became Irish, I'd have Scube NR and I'd be ranked second for FNC single.
But you'd also have no chance of getting any big cube NR.
I don't have any chance of getting any big cube NRs anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not good at big cubes.
The FNC mean national record's only like 32, which is quite beatable.
I know, right? I got that even with like a mean with like 2 35s and it was like a 35 and a 36 in my mean, and it was still sub 32 because I had a 23.
Yeah,
Yes.
FNC in tuning for Canon could be my first podium. Quite
Yeah. Same here.
And 5x5, and maybe 6x6.
And maybe Scube for me. I could possibly win Scube.
It depends how
if I
many
go.
people from other countries show up. which hopefully won't be many. Due to
How many
Are
UK
you
people?
actually going to that, Harry?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Like, my parents seemed like, yeah, it was... They didn't seem like against it.
Oh, right.
My granddad's confusing and queuing in Kilkenny.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oldest Irish competitor?
Potentially, actually.
You should get him to do FMC. He could beat you.
Well, he's quite, like, slow.
Yeah, which is why you teach him FMC and not
Yeah.
tell him to get 2x2 podium.
Your grandparents aren't scared like mine.
Scared of
You have to
what?
dab now, Harry.
Well, my grandparents
have
are so
to- I have
scared
to.
of COVID-19.
Yeah, but Ireland is way less screwed than us.
Yeah. Ireland, everything's pretty much back to normal already. There's just a few, like, queues outside the shops.
How many
That's
deaths
about
have you had?
it. In total, we're getting like 1 or 2 a day now, but in total it's like 1,000 or something.
Yeah, that's like nothing, really.
There's only like 50 new. Well, not only, but it's like 20. How many new
Yeah.
cases are there a day?
Because Ireland is actually capable of contact tracing, basically.
There
Whereas
were
in the
6
UK,
deaths and
we're not.
23 new cases today. Yesterday.
Yeah.
But at least we know schools are going back in September.
We don't know for definite.
Although they should
Probably.
never have closed in the first place.
I disagree with that.
I also kind of disagree with that.
I know you disagree with that, but ultimately it's a pointless lockdown.
I still disagree with that, but I mean, we should probably... I don't think we should still be in lockdown. Or, like, to the extent we are. But
by the NHS's own resource allocation, we shouldn't be in lockdown.
Are you guys still in like actual proper lockdown?
No, not really. Pubs are still closed for another week.
Oh, our ones are opening tomorrow, actually.
the main thing is, like, events and things.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not allowed to meet up with people much and stuff.
Oh, you're allowed to meet almost. I think there can be groups up to like 50, which I think is kind of stupid for like an exercise class.
Yeah.
May as well get rid of.
Ultimately, things are opening up. So, like next week, churches can open. But the thing is, you obviously they're going to have to impose social distancing, and they're going to have to do all sorts of stupid risk assessments, which basically mean that most aren't actually going to open probably.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying with that. It's like, well, once you're in, like, a room with someone, social distancing, I don't think it's going to help that much.
No one does social distancing. Yeah, I've seen very, very few people do it.
People somewhere near where I live was in the news because loads of people had like a party or something.
Well, yeah, but what do you expect? Chuck people in lockdown for 3 months. Some of them are going to do stuff like that, like it or not. Especially in places like Streatham.
Whoa, don't dox me up. But I did, like, there was some place where there were like people were like fighting with the police, I think, near where I live, because there were like nightclubs and things that had opened or something. It was weird. Is there anything else relevant to talk about?
I don't think so.
Not that we've stayed relevant with the.
Oh, by the way, the Shake Shell Mr. M 8x8 is coming out.
Why? Then again, a magnetic 8x8.
It's magnetic. Whoa.
I'm not sure if it's magnetic, but a pillowed 8x8 by Shake Shell is being released. Whether they chuck magnets in it or not is irrelevant. It'll still be rubbish.
Why is it pillowed? Why would anyone make pillowed cubes in 2020?
Yeah, I know. I asked the same question. I mean, I know it's WCA legal now, but that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah. Although I think a lot of people think technically it shouldn't be legal.
I mean, ultimately, who cares? I mean, why would anybody use a pillowed cube in big cubes now?
Why would anyone use a pillowed cube in anything now?
I mean, ultimately, why would anybody use anything other than the Spark? Or maybe the Alpha, or maybe the Haze?
For 7x7, yeah, I guess.
For 7x7. Why would anybody use anything other than the MGC? Or possibly the U-shit? For 6x6?
Yeah. That's a point.
Actually, 7x7 coming out.
Eventually,
Who knows?
probably.
It's basically been delayed.
Has it been delayed indefinitely?
Well, I don't know. It'll come out at some point, but when, we don't know. I don't think it'll be as good as people are saying it'll be.
Are you guys gonna stick around for the stream to watch me DNF some 5 blind?
No.
I'll stay for a bit, probably, yeah.
Though actually, I'm not sure. I might take a break. I'm feeling a bit tired. I might see if I can get a little bit of food or something. I forgot to bring any food up with me.
You haven't had lunch?
No, I had lunch, but that was like 4 hours ago.
Oh, right.
And I've got another 4 hours of this. So
Dear.
the question is, should I do 5 blind before or after taking a break?
After, because then you'll have, your mind will be like, more sharp.
Yeah, probably a
Exhausted.
good idea.
And I spent 10 minutes doing a 3 blind yesterday, and I couldn't even get a success. I don't know how 5 blinds even possible.
Right.
Well,
so
the previous
let me
hour,
try and-
from 3 till 4, I was trying 3 blind, and I did not do it successfully.
I can't, like, some letter pairs are just so hard to, like, come up with something for. I think it's because I use audio memorization. I can't really use audio memorization, so.
Why would you use audio at your level?
Yeah.
The only
Well, it's
3
just got-
blind attempts I've ever done this month was a success. So,
Oh, good for you.
yeah.
It was also slow, probably.
I'm gonna make one of those big spreadsheets for the blind letter pairs.
Yeah, I should probably do that. It's probably a good idea. I will hydrate.
Okay.
Like, things like, what would you come up with, like, for, like, KJ? Like, that, or anything with J is just kind of hard, so I'm considering changing it to, like,
You see, now I can't think of anything with KJ.
I'm thinking of doing some of them in Irish or something, because that could work for the harder ones.
If you know enough Irish,
I'm I'm one of the very few people that are fluent in Irish.
like 100%,
Well, not like 90% probably.
say something in Irish that isn't rude. I don't want to get thrown off Twitch.
I doubt anyone on Twitch speaks Irish, but Emo Horum Tomavonia on a Vlasta. That means, in my opinion, my milk is very tasty. That's anything. For some reason, that was just like a meme because somebody made like a song in Irish. Bonia Blosta. Bonia Blosta. Emma Brick Foster. Jimmy Costa. It's just really stupid.
What?
It's like milk is tasty. It makes me happy. I have it on my cereal. Bonnie a Gloucester, I'm a Rick Foster, Gin and Chimney Salsa. Marco Wilshere Gloucester.
You Irish are weird. Yeah, so shall we wrap this up?
Suppose so.
So, thank you for listening. If you're listening this in advance, I will keep streaming if you're watching this live right now. Thanks, James and Dan, for coming on. You can do exclamation mark DE and exclamation mark JT to see their YouTube channels, and all of our channels will be linked in the description on the YouTube video.
Yes.
Subscribe to the speedcubing.org YouTube channel and buy cubes from us, please. We try to be good. We have good prices. We don't sell
That's
crappy
the main reason I started buying. And
Mr. M's.
Your shipping is cheaper than the other stores as well.
Yeah, we try to be good
Nice.
with shipping. Free shipping for various prices around the world.
Yeah, free shipping on all European orders over £60.
Yeah,
Well,
and
Except for sponsorees.
because you're mean. You're mean to us, Daniel.